In a couple of days from now, we will be flying to Milan with the bikes behind us, but first we must get them ready and make sure we've got everything we need, even though it's Easter and all the shops are going to be shut.
Yeah, and we'll be cycling for 1,200 miles, so the chance of forgetting something or needing something that we can pack is quite likely.
The likelihood is that we've overpacked, but we'll let you make that decision.
So this is day one of prep on the bikes for us. Please bear with me because my head's all over the place. I thought I'd talk you through what bikes we actually got to start with. I picked Danny up this Kona Coco, I think it's called. It's more of a cruiser. My main worry is it's only a 9-speed. It's got a rear derailleur but no front. We'll see how that goes. We've just picked them up from being serviced actually by Ollie at the Bike Boat. Thank you, Ollie. I've got a Kona Deluxe from before. I think I paid like 60 quid for it about a year ago. Barely ridden it. Again, just had that service, got brand new tyres on it. The other worry on Danny's bike was the saddles. We went to 73 Degrees, which is a nice bike shop in Keynsham, right by where our boat is. They measured our sit bones and whatnot. Managed to get Danny a new saddle, so we're going to put that on first. And then you can tell you find the bike. You've not really ridden it, have you?
Yeah, so I'm excited to put the new saddle on. So when we went in the shop, they said obviously if the saddle isn't comfy to begin with, then you've got no chance really. I mean, I'm sure in a couple of days our bums will hurt regardless, but I think it's a good place to start. So I think I'm going to put that on. So I'd put it on level ground at like straight with a spirit level, and then you might need to go up a couple, I'm going to say a couple of centimetres, couple degree, or you might have to go up or down a couple of degrees, see which one's comfortable.
I'm no expert, but I was expecting something to look a bit more comfy to begin with, but you said it feels alright, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, saddles are expensive. Like, bike stuff is expensive. We have opened a whole new world to us.
Yeah.
So give this a go and, yeah, see. I mean, it's better than the other one, isn't it?
For sure.
And it fits. Like, it's the right size to my bottom.
And I don't know if I'm making the right decision or not, but I used to ride fixies, so there's like a couple of Chanellis and stuff. And I've always liked the turbo saddles. The width is fine for me. It's just not very padded. But I really want to sort of do it on that saddle. I'll tell you what, before we do...
Cup of tea?
Well, cup of tea, yeah, that's a bloody good idea. Thanks for offering your services. We've got the luggage scales, and we can weigh the bikes now and we can weigh the bikes after. For all the nerds out there, I'm sure
I think we should put these on first, because then that's what it is,
what,
isn't
standard?
it?
You swap the saddles over and then do that.
Okay.
Cup of tea then. I'll do this, you do the teas.
Alright.
We've bought so much kit for this trip already. This is actually going to come in quite handy. It's the little Toe Peak survival box, loads of different tools. I think they've got the right size Allen key in here. So I might as well get used to using this now. I don't know how they managed to pack all that in there. Tyre repair, tyre levers, chain, Allen keys, hex keys, spanner.
Is there like a science?
You need it higher than you think.
Yeah, but I don't want to topple off.
That's down to your balance.
Yeah.
Let's see how that feels, won't it? Go on, have a quick scoop.
Ooh.
For anyone really worried about having a lack of gears on Danny's bike, Danny doesn't really understand gears, so 9 speeds actually too many. Found it? Go careful. Never to be seen again. Verdict is, saddle's pointing down too much to begin with, and it's also definitely still too high. Is that right? Get the height down a bit.
I don't think it needs to go down a lot, but...
Yeah. A little bit, innit?
I don't want to topple over if I stop.
The more you cycle, the more you'll feel your legs and you'll want to put it up a little bit.
Isn't it funny we just come up with this idea and now it's happening?
Now it's actually happening. Here we are, leaving in like, how many days? 5 days till you fly. That's it, brother. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Come try it? It's still on my tiptoes, but it's not like crazy.
Yeah, mate, we could bring it down a little bit more if you wanted.
No, I don't mind. It was just, I literally like couldn't.
Yeah.
I was like falling one side to another.
Especially if you've got all that weight on
it
there.
definitely feels more comfy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know before we went in the shop that you can change the angle, to be honest.
Right, do you want to take it for a...
Yeah. That's better.
Better?
Yeah, those.
I'm going to bench my saddle for the time being and decide once I've got all the weight on it whether I can bear it or not, because that is actually really quite comfy. You happy with yours?
Mm.
Cool.
You know all those bits of metal by the chain? Like the little layers?
These bits?
Yeah.
That's your gears.
What, so the chain goes down onto
Yeah.
them?
Yeah. Come on, mate. You know how that works, do you?
I've never seen it.
Right.
How does it come down then?
The derailleur. Come on, little lesson now then.
Come on then.
Right, if I hold the bike up, you give it some pedals with your hands and change through the gears.
Like that. I don't want to break it. No. It's alright, I'll learn, I'll watch a video.
So what you do is you change the tension of the cable with this, up or down. Then that slackens off here, and then this gets pulled in or pulls out and derails it. That's why it's called derailleur.
So that's why you're not meant to change gear too quick too
many
times.
Yeah.
So then it just comes off.
Yeah, and you need to be pedalling really for it to happen. Otherwise you keep pressing that and don't pedal, nothing happens. This thing's stretched right over and it's going to go and then crunch all the way down the chains.
I like it. I think next thing,
Yeah.
we should make sure they fit in the bag, otherwise we're
They will do.
Yeah, but I think we should check.
See if they fit the bike bags.
Fit in the bike bags, because otherwise we're going to have to find some bike boxes sharper.
So to be able to take these on the plane with us, we have to put them in the hold, and we have to put them in either a box or a bag. So we've ordered a couple of the cheapest bags on Amazon, wasn't it? Is that Amazon? 25 quid each.
They're the cheapest, but they will least weight.
What I found in the biking world is everything's a trade-off between price and weight. The lighter it is, normally the more expensive it is, but some things, for a tent for example, we'll get onto later on, is half the weight, and it saves a couple of kilograms, and a couple of kilograms to a bike is loads. You think you've got to save weight when you're building a van, but when you're riding a bike, oh my god, it's a different game, isn't it? Bike bag, 25 quid, Amazon, just checked. It's more of a cover, isn't it? Yeah.
I swear in the photo though, they were carrying it.
They were, yeah. It's got straps. There must be attachments to strap it into the bag.
What are we discovering?
So the bags aren't very good. And we're just going to see.
They're more of a cover.
But in the photo it shows him carrying it, because it comes with carry straps. So we're just going to figure out how they do work before we commit fully.
Good old Vincent's cushions.
Vincent's cushions.
Cushions.
Vincent's cushions.
It's quite quick, isn't it?
Is it over yours or not?
It is, but it's a bit like...
Right, let me come in round the bottom of the wheel and then I'll have more. It's not ideal, but basically we need to get these to the airport, check them in, fly to Milan, then we need to get from Milan
to our Airbnb.
airport, yeah, from Milan airport to our Airbnb, which is what, an hour or something on a train? It's quite far, isn't it?
Yeah, Milan's airports are really far out, we didn't realise. I think there's one that is closer into the city centre, but it's more international, so yeah, it's a bit long because I don't think Ubers are going to have room for...
No, they wouldn't let you take these in, I would have thought, and even on the train, they don't let you have bikes unless they're in a box or a bag, so we're going to have to keep them in the bag right the way through. I'm not overly happy with these, but...
It's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
You've got much choice
make
now.
it work. Yeah, that will make it work on the day.
On the day.
Next job, Danny's already came with a pannier rack. Mine didn't, so I had to buy one. Now I'm going to try and fit it, just hope it fits. Everything is just winging it and hoping that it fits. It's a fairly standard sized bike, but you just never know.
You're squishing your nose up at my tea.
It's a bit cold now.
Looks nice. Are those bits to like hold things in, the elastic use?
That bit, yeah. You put your newspaper on that.
We're going to carry a bit more than newspaper.
Yeah, like that. And I guess I could start with at least attaching those, and then we can adjust them after, can't we?
Fit.
I reckon it will. It gets more bolts.
Does every bike just come with like mandatory holes?
A lot of them will, yeah. So one like this, which is partly designed for bike packing or touring.
Your thing's quite
universal.
angled back, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I can adjust that after. So those are fixed points. These can be adjusted.
So a mocktail.
No. Don't know if that works with disc brakes. About an hour later, it fits. Hopefully the rest of that won't be as painful.
Now we're going to weigh the bikes. Joe managed to put his back thing on.
Pannier took me about an hour. Unit. Kilograms.
How many are we getting?
These are probably 14.
Really? Is that it? Ready?
13 and a half. 13.55.
Right.
Write that down. What do I say? 13, 14.
You said 14. You're going to have to lift it up higher for that to...
12.65, 12.67.
Oh, nice.
Kilo less.
Lush.
That means we can put an extra kilo on you.
I think now we are going to put the bags on and see how they fit, and maybe the drinks bottle holders.
Yeah, so we've got some standard panniers to go on Danny's, which we can, these are waterproof anyway, then we can stuff those, I think at 20 litres each. There's yours. And then for the, well, for on my bike, for the electronics and laptop and all the other essentials for editing and whatnot, I've got that, which goes into a backpack and then a laptop. Alright, like it?
Yeah.
Should we put yours on first?
Yeah.
You're on hand. That's it. Yeah, and there's a little lock there, look.
What about on these bits? Oh yeah. That's my snacks.
There you go.
My clothes. Oh yeah.
So, just to see how big they are. Decent, isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
I sort of prefer these really, but the backpack will be handy.
Yeah, for sure. I love this. Feels like a proper adventure with these.
Mine looks a bit more like a commuter now, doesn't it? Into the office. And this one's got a waterproof cover because the fabric isn't waterproof. It stores in there.
That's definitely more handy for just taking it off.
Yeah, it's quite a nice backpack as well.
Yeah.
Cool, right, that's that. Job done, let's go. Shall I do my handlebars?
Yeah, you probably done that first.
So on this one, I'm slightly lacking handlebar space because we're going to be filming the whole thing. Sort of need some GoPro mounts and stuff, and mine's nearly already taken up. I mean, there is room, but I've bought some Chanelli double trouble bars. Mount on there, and then you've got all this clear. We keep losing stuff on this gravel. A minute ago, I lost the bolt for the disc brake. Now I've lost the Allen key from the new set. My handlebars don't fit.
Sorry?
My handlebars don't fit.
Oh, right.
Stems off.
What do you mean?
That's narrower. This won't fit around. That was my worry. They don't make these bars on the other side.
Are you not happy with these? I know you like that, but are you not happy with these?
Not overly, because I need more room on there. Look. They're quite narrow bars. New stem order, that's coming tomorrow. I'll put those bars back on for now, and then we'll load these up, shall we? Next up, bottle cages. The mount of that front on the forks. And bolt them fit for there.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't fit, does it?
What's wrong?
Bolts are on. Missing bolts, and the bolts are on side.
For what?
Put the water bottles on there. Right, I'm going to find some bolts for this, but in the meantime, and these bolts are already there, so we'll do that one.
Has bikepacking been a thing forever? Like, why are there...
It's called, used to be called touring.
Why were there all these random holes in the bike? I've never noticed.
Oh, so yeah, for touring. And then bikepacking is a bit more trendy. You tend to go with less and you slightly off-road a bit more.
What, bikepacking?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is classed as less.
No, we're like touring really. Like that. And cable tie around that. 2 of those.
Yeah, we've come off the gravel, but we're on some decking that's got holes in, so...
I'm going to get everything we're taking
On here?
on here.
Reckon?
Well, if it won't fit on here, then it ain't going to fit on the bike, is it? Away you go.
So, Joe got us this tent. We did actually have about 6 tents because when we went to a festival, we went and got some at the end of the festival. So it seemed a bit ridiculous. We got another tent, but this one's a lot smaller and a lot lighter, so it should be worth the investment. We got 2 sleeping bags. Towel, I wanted 2, but we're going to settle for 1 as long as Joe isn't too smelly. 2 blow-up cushions. Silk liners, like I said. What are they called?
Sleeping mats.
Sleeping mats. Joe's is a lot lighter, but I already had mine, so it just seemed like a bit of a shame to buy another one. We then got 3 bottles each. They will obviously strap on what Joe's been showing you. This is our frying pan, our pots, be able to cook some water, heat up some water. Tea bags, this is our little stove. We'll have to get the gas there because we're not going to risk taking that. This is a solar panel, which is really handy, so we'll be able to charge things whilst we're going along, be able to strap it onto our bags and hopefully just keep our phones topped up and anything else that we need. This is like a water purifier, so we'll be able to use it in rivers and stuff as long as the water obviously isn't stagnant and actually relatively clean in the first place. Then we got
chamois cream.
Chamois cream, yeah.
Right, bike lights. Dan's got 2 front and rear cat eye
Brand.
set. Oh, Christ.
What?
Right, mine's mainly going to be camera gear in there, but I'll load that up with toiletry. What do you want in that one?
So I think we're just gonna, because obviously we're trying to make sure that everything fits, but we're gonna have to take all of this out and put it in a suitcase in order to get it on the plane. We're actually really fortunate. We found one on Facebook Marketplace that was free because it's got a hole in it, or not a hole, like it's broken
crack.
a little bit. So we're gonna take that to Milan, then probably leave it in Milan.
Try and pass it on, see if someone else can use it.
Yeah, definitely. So it's just no point of us trying to cut money where we can. Obviously it's tight, so to be able to get that for free, that was really perfect. Then we can leave it there. So that's one thing. So we're going to just try and fit everything that we can in here, and then we'll have to unpack it anyway. But
test run.
Yeah, this hasn't got clothes. I think we're literally going to have like 2 pairs of clothes. We'll have the clothes that we're wearing and the bike stuff, maybe like 2 lots of bikes, maybe 2 pairs each, but sort of interchangeable. So I probably will just have some dungarees and like 2 different tops or something, and then the bike stuff.
Right, now to fit all this in there, if I can. Just stopped for some dinner and a haircut, thank you Mum. We're going to pack everything up now, which includes all the camera gear, so we're going to say bye and we'll see you in Milan.
Milano!
Buongiorno!
We have made it to Milan. We got here late last night, so we left Bristol, well no, we left home at like 10 a.m. and we got here at 8 o'clock. It took us like 3 hours to get out of the airport, to get the place, like the Airbnb that we were staying at, which we knew before, but it was the cheapest one. We had to go collect the key, which was like 15 minutes away from the apartment, to then come back here, which in a normal instance that'd be absolutely fine, but carrying our bikes was just not okay. We also lost a wheel. We said that we got a suitcase that was going free. It had cracks at the top, but then when we started, when we got it back from the flight, it actually had lost one of the wheels. Luckily, it was a 4-wheeled suitcase, so we could use it the other way, but it was just, it just added to the ball ache.
Of the thing.
Yeah.
And then we went out and got some pizza at like 9, then just come back, had a quiet one.
Pizza and gelato, and come back and literally slept. So we're up, ready. Today we're gonna put the bikes together, make sure we haven't forgotten anything, because there's lots of decathlons and biking shops here. We definitely know we need to get some gas, because you didn't bring that on the flight, did we?
Couldn't bring that, yes. Need to get a little gas bottle.
Yeah.
Just make sure nothing's fallen off the bikes in transport, because when you send bikes, that was one of the worries.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to put anything else on the bike, but you're allowed up to 30 kilos. So us being a little bit crafty, we put the tent and sleeping mats and stuff in there. We haven't actually checked
would have had to, like there's no other way, unless we brought another suitcase. So yeah, we're just gonna unload them or unpack them and just make sure everything's okay and nothing's falling off. And then go get more food. How are you feeling about the adventure tomorrow?
I'm quite excited, you know.
Yeah?
We said last night, if we'd have just had one night in Milan, the thought of cycling this morning when we got up, or even the thought when we got to bed last night of having to cycle in the morning was just too much.
The thought of having to unpack all this yesterday as well.
Yeah, so what we've got to do now, we've got to throw the suitcase away. We're going to try and let it have another journey somewhere and give it away to someone, but after we've seen it had one wheel missing, that's just, no one wants that. So yeah, we've got to get all this onto the bikes. We did do a pre-run, didn't we?
Yeah.
Night before last, and we weighed them at roughly 34 kilos on mine and 27 on yours. But we have still got a few more bits to add on. But when I googled like the average of a touring bike and a bikepacking bike, anywhere from 25 up to 50 is average.
It's crazy that we're not over what's normal.
But
Those people probably living on their bike for like 3 years though.
And to be fair, about 8, 9 or 10 kilos of that on my backpack is all the electronics and stuff, so.
Not bad going, guys. Bless you.
Thank you. Also started to feel like slightly cold, like sore throat.
I think it's the aircon on the plane.
Yeah, it's not nice. Also, I straightened it out with camera, but Danny's pannier had taken a bit of a knock and bent the two front supports.
It looked pretty bent when we bought the bike, to be fair.
They were just, they're fairly weak anyway, so I just hope that they don't come back and bite us on the ass for very long.
Overall though, it was quite a good experience with the flight with getting the bikes on, would you say?
That was fine, yeah, so we were a little bit worried about getting the bikes, and the bike bags weren't the best, but yeah, just took them straight away. It's like almost self-checking, so you print your own labels and take them to the heavy or awkward, what's it called? Bulky baggage.
Bulky baggage.
2 bikes and 1 boy in need of coffee. That's Milan officially explored. Wakey wakey! Come on, up you get. Back to reality, mate. We've got bikes to load up. We're riding from 10 AM tomorrow. Look at the state of it, mate.
I haven't been asleep for very long.
Half an hour nap. Plenty.
What's for tea?
Buonasera.
What's for dinner?
Pizza fritta. Right, I'm gonna load the bikes up.
Oh, what?
There's a f***ing surprise. Yeah, that is us as much as we can do pretty much for the day until we do the final sweep before we leave tomorrow morning. So we're going to go grab one last pizza and catch you in the morning. Also, my cold's getting worse, you might be able to hear, so I'm going to try and nip that in the bud a bit quick. Good morning. So today's the day that we leave. Does it feel a bit realer now?
Yeah.
Would you say? I've got a professional cyclist with me. We're going to pack all the camera gear away except for the little cameras just whilst we get out of the city. So we'll switch over to those in a sec. We've just got a bit more loading up to do. The lift's too small. Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Alright.
Yeah, here goes nothing.
First stop, the Duomo.
One step to freedom. Got the door? Got it?
Yeah.
Blue skies. Feeling fine.
Go straight on if you can, they let you through.
Straight on. Am I on the wrong side of the road?
Yeah, sort of. Might have to dive out the way of that car.
Yep. What gear should I be in?
Fair play. He's done that before.
We have made it to our starting line, the Duomo in Milan. Join us next week and we're going to start a big adventure right now. Do you want me to say it?
Yeah,
Okay.
let me just make sure Mike's on tight, just finish me off, I think.
Just one more time. You got to let out, like, no, like one big
It's not the
breath.
right angle.
What do you mean?
Doesn't fit all my meathead in. There we go.
Yeah, I've got a big meathead.